talk about Mafia for a second. What type of clothing are you familiar with that they like to associate or identify themselves with as Mafia gang members?
Primarily their color is black.
And you've watched the video on numerous occasions that we've tendered into evidence and played for this jury. Is that correct?
Yes.
Right. There were two T-shirts on individuals in that club that night. I think one in particular was on Jonathan Barnwell and one was on Jimmy Scott. Do you remember what those T-shirts had on them?
Yes, they had the symbols imported out.
All right. And in your experience, expertise as gang detective, what does that mean?
Mafia for life.
Infrared.
Yes.
Mafia for life.
Yes.
And are they basically branding themselves when they wear that out in public?
Yeah, that's pretty much their stamp.
Right? Do they use signs?
Yes, they
Hand
do.
signs, hand gestures?
Yes, they do.
Okay. And what hand signs or hand signals are you familiar with the Mafia?
A lot of them like to throw the M down. I've seen it several ways.
Okay. And have you, over the past couple of years in your experience with observing these different Mafia gang members, have you also seen them with another hand signal that they refer to as head or headline?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and what is that?
That's when they, a lot of members just do the M down like this, but what we're seeing now, they reversing it. And we're just starting to see where they're actually calling that headline. So it's like one person may be throwing Mafia down and the other person will be throwing headline up.
Have you worked any other murder cases where Mafia gang members here in Macon have killed rival Crips gang members?
Yes, ma'am. In 2010, I worked the death of Dundee Road, I believe. That was October 2010. Cedric Newton, who's a known Mafia member, was found guilty for his death, as well as some other shootings.
After that, you also worked the death of the John Johnson.
Yes.
And who was responsible for his death?
Bernard Blue.
And is he a documented Mafia gang member?
Yes.
Are you aware, you've heard Mr. Holmshed testify to it, but are you aware that the Mafia street gang in Macon distributes illegal narcotics?
Yes.
There's a drug unit, are you aware that there have been arrests made in those cases?
Yes.
Through this incident and in your investigation as a gang detective, were you made aware of an incident that happened at the pool hall called The Whole Thing a couple of weeks prior to this murder in July of 2013?
Yes, I was made aware.
Okay. And in that investigation, did you learn that the Mafia members were present there?
Yes.
And what was the other group that they were having a problem with on that particular night?
Some Crips.
And are you aware, if not or not, whether the victim in this case, the deceased victim, Jamonni Bland, was present that night at The Whole Thing?
Yes, we found he was present.